All right. Welcome back, Prospect Live viewers, to another 2020 MLB draft player breakdown. Today we have Jared Kelley of the much debated Refugio High School down in South Texas, according to Perfect Games National Scouting Supervisor Brian Sikowski. Decided to flip it up a little bit this time. Let's pull up some video of Jared Kelley. He is one of the more famous arms, right-handed arms here at the top of the draft. Him and Abel, of course, have sort of been battling for who's the top guy. I lean Abel a little bit, but Kelley in his own right is very, very tasty. I mean, this guy has extreme stuff. Talk to me a little bit about what you like about Jared Kelley.
Yeah, it's overpowering stuff. It's overpowering monster Texan right-hander throw hard guy. You know, like it's that profile. The video you're seeing right there is from Perfect Game National last year. I was sitting, even closer to the field than that video is being taken from, and he came out 96, 98, just exploding it by dudes. And the first inning wasn't great in terms of command. The second inning was outstanding. But it was 95, 98 the whole time. It's easy gas, as you can see. We're talking about a guy who is physically mature. He is, I think who he is physically for the most part. There's limited projection there, and obviously the track record of guys who throw that hard early on is not all that great. But with that all being said, man, Kelley can throw a fastball right by anybody in the country from an amateur standpoint. The changeup is extremely advanced. There's video of him pitching at the area code games where he just paints changeup, sit down. You can see the action on the pitch right there. And the slider is a little bit more hit and miss. He's shown the ability to spin a +1. It's not there consistently. It's not on the same level as his changeup in terms of secondary offerings. But, man, you're talking about a guy who blows gas, who does it pretty easy. He's really, really physical. He's always performed. There's some secondary feel there. It's a lot to like. There's no question about that.
Now, do you have any concern in terms of, his struggle, I guess, according to some folks, to spin the ball and really in terms of what the numbers look like, on that breaking pitch? Or do you sort of feel like his changeup is good enough that it is almost like that go-to secondary, especially with the quality of the fastball and the way that the two tunnel?
Yeah, generally for me, it's tough for me to love a right-handed starter changeup first profile. But with that being said, I've seen Jared Kelley throw good sliders. Like everybody has. The struggle with spinning the baseball is not like he's never thrown a good one. That would have me really concerned if the best slider we've ever seen this guy throw was when he accidentally ripped off a 40. But we've seen Jared Kelley throw good sliders. It's a consistency thing. Am I comfortable putting a plus future grade on it? Certainly not. No. But am I worried about his inability to spin the baseball? No, because I don't think it's an inability. I think it's a lack of consistency that an 18-year-old high school kid sometimes struggle with lack of consistency. I mean, literally every single one of them. So, it's for me, it's a little bit of a the further up you talk on the draft board, the more that concern grows. If we're talking about him in the top 5, yes, I'm very concerned. If we're talking about him in the middle of the first round, which is where I think he is, then no, not as concerned. Certainly not. I think that's something you look at your player development system and trust that they'll get him to be able to spin his best breaking ball that he's capable of spinning. And you're looking at a 3-pitch starter.
All right. Well, last question I have for you. We know that Kelley is a Texas commit. Do you think he gets on campus, or do you think he signs because he ends up landing somewhere in the first round?
Yeah, I think he'll go in the first round, and I don't know. I haven't spoken to Jared to ask him what he'll sign for or not, but yeah, I would imagine that if he goes where I expect him to go, that he'll sign and enter pro ball.
Well, there you have it. Jared Kelley, right-handed pitcher out of Refugio, Texas. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Up next, Robert Hassel III.